ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to begin with a short story. Hasidic Jews, the way they get married is the parents go out on a date and they talk a lot about their children. And if they like everything, the children are engaged. The boy and the girl don't see each other till the wedding, believe it or not. Okay, so there was a wedding that took place like this. And at the end of the wedding, of course, the boy is on the boy's side and the girl is on the girl's side. They don't know each other. At the end of the wedding, Hasidic Jews take down the mechitza, and it's just family left, and they sit there for the meal. And this new groom is sitting next to his father-in-law, and all of a sudden the bride comes walking in. She has a terrible limp, and the groom is shocked. He whispers to his father-in-law, "Dad, you didn't tell me she's a cripple." He says, "You don't have to whisper. She's deaf also." That's what happens when you don't know what's going on. We know what's going on. Like I said, for years, we have a crisis. Ask Harry. We've gotten up in public and screamed. For years, there is a crisis in our community. Hundreds and hundreds of girls are not getting married. Rabbi Haber just described to you that wherever he goes, I could be at a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a bris, a pidyon, a class, a funeral, a bet avel. Every single place I go, Rabbi, I need somebody for my daughter. I had a man come to me, says, I have 3 daughters, 26, 24, and 23. Not one has gotten a date yet. He has no money. Nobody calls. He thinks nobody cares. This is what is going on. And finally, they have an address to go to, Mekudeshet. Let me tell you a little about Mekudeshet. Mekudeshet is not the brainchild of any particular individual. Kim Daba, God bless her, visited many communities to see what do they do for their singles. And she created, and she hired, and she built a website, particularly for our community, tailor-made for our community, to accommodate this community in particular. Mekudeshet is proven that singles from our community can be set up with the help of matchmakers. Now that word matchmaker sounds like Fiddler on the Roof, like where 300 years ago back in the shtetl. No, our matchmakers are very different. Our matchmakers are women from our community who understand the girls and the boys. They are women who are up-to-date women who know what is going on. And I got to tell you something. Before Mekudeshet, many of these matchmakers were burned out. I'm telling you, they were burned out. They didn't have any help. They weren't getting paid. It was very, very difficult for them. And the same names come to them over and over again. They needed a data. They needed somebody to report back to. In walks Mekudeshet. Mekudeshet, let me give you some of the stats. 3,000 community singles are now on our app. 3,000. Some simple stats. 51% of those 3,000 are girls. 49% are boys. Shocking, huh? Shocking. I wish I could tell you how many eligible singles there actually are in this community, but I really can't. We know of 3,000. There's probably 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. We don't know. We're building the data bank. We are building. Ladies and gentlemen, on this list of 3,000, as you have heard, some are young, vibrant. Some are apprehensive about this process. Others have been forgotten. Yes, forgotten. There are girls out there, 28, 30, 32, 35. They have been forgotten. Older girls, despondent and alone. I'm sorry to be morbid, but it's true. It's true. We can't hide our face in the ground and just walk away and say, okay, it's nice. We go to a lot of weddings. We're invited to a wedding every night, sometimes two, sometimes three. But when you talk about a community of 80,000 people, it's not enough. In, in less than 10 months, does this system work? In less than 10 months, 93 buzzers were made. Less than 10 months. Why? What makes it happen? It wasn't discussed tonight. How does it work? What do you need so much money for? Matchmaker calls up girl, matchmaker calls up boy, send them on a date, goodbye. These matchmakers are paid for getting a girl a date. Mekudeshet has all their banking information. They are screened. They are welcome to be a Mekudeshet matchmaker. We have their banking information. They go on the app. They inform us that they made a match, girl A with boy B, a girl over 20 years old, for example. I don't know if the numbers are correct. She wakes up in the morning after they had their first date, and the matchmaker has $150 in her bank account. They go on a third date, they may have $200 or $300 more in their bank account. There's an engagement, they may have $2,000, $3,000 in their bank. Now you know where the money is going. Now they feel appreciated, these matchmakers. Now they want to work. Many of them need the money. These are women who are homemakers, who they could spend hours every day on matchmaking with no remuneration. But now they have it. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, the Syrian community has a dress to go to marry off our daughters and our sons. Thank you, Kim Daba. Thank you for all coming tonight. And one last thing. We need money desperately. This thing is going to grow. It's going to catch on. We need money. Thank you very much.